Earthquakes. The ground beneath our feet feels solid and permanent, but it sits on massive plates of rock that are constantly shifting. When two of these plates grind against each other and suddenly release built up pressure, the energy travels outward in waves, shaking everything above. Some earthquakes last only a second, others roll on for minutes, collapsing buildings, splitting roads, and triggering other disasters in the process. The 1906 San Francisco earthquake destroyed much of the city in under 2 minutes. Tsunamis. Most people picture giant waves coming from storms at sea, but tsunamis are a different thing entirely. They are caused by sudden movements on the ocean floor, usually from underwater earthquakes or landslides. The displaced water travels outward in every direction, sometimes crossing entire oceans before reaching land. In the open sea, the wave is barely noticeable, but as it approaches shallow coastal water, it slows down and stacks up into a wall that can reach dozens of meters high. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami killed over 200,000 people across 14 countries. Volcanic eruptions. Deep beneath the Earth's surface, rock melts into magma under extreme heat and pressure. When that magma finds a path upward, it erupts. Some eruptions are slow and steady flows of lava that creep across the landscape. Others are explosive, hurling ash, rock, and gas miles into the sky in a matter of seconds. The ash can block sunlight for months, cooling temperatures across entire regions. The 1815 eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia caused what became known as the year without a summer across much of the world. Hurricanes. Warm ocean water acts like fuel. When the surface water is warm enough, it evaporates rapidly and rises into the atmosphere, creating a low-pressure system. Air rushes in from surrounding areas, picks up moisture, and the whole system begins to spin due to the Earth's rotation. The result is a massive rotating storm with a calm center called the eye, surrounded by walls of wind and rain that can stretch hundreds of miles. Hurricanes weaken once they move over land or cooler water, but not before causing catastrophic flooding, storm surges, and wind damage along coastlines. Tornadoes. Unlike hurricanes, which form over open ocean, tornadoes form over land, usually inside severe thunderstorms. When warm, moist air collides with cold, dry air at speed, the atmosphere becomes violently unstable. A rotating column of air can drop down from a storm cloud and touch the ground, and when it does, it becomes a tornado. The wind inside can exceed 300 kilometers per hour, strong enough to lift cars, strip bark from trees, and level entire neighborhoods. The American Midwest experiences so many tornadoes each year that a large stretch of the region is simply called Tornado Alley. Floods, water is patient. Given enough of it in the wrong place, it will overwhelm almost anything. Floods happen when rivers overflow their banks, when heavy rainfall saturates the ground faster than it can absorb water, or when ocean water is pushed inland by storms. Flash floods are the most dangerous kind because they arrive with almost no warning, turning dry streets into rushing rivers within minutes. Slow-rising river floods can be more predictable but no less destructive, submerging entire towns for days or weeks. Floods are the most common and widespread natural disaster on Earth. Droughts? Not all disasters arrive with noise and force. A drought builds slowly, almost invisibly, as rainfall stays below normal for weeks, then months, then sometimes years. Soil dries out, rivers shrink, crops fail, and water supplies begin to run critically low. The effects compound over time, leading to food shortages, wildfires, and the displacement of entire communities. The Dust Bowl of the 1930s turned parts of the American Great Plains into a near wasteland, driving hundreds of thousands of people from their homes in one of the worst environmental crises in modern history: wildfires. Dry conditions, heat, and a single spark are all it takes. Wildfires spread with frightening speed, driven by wind and feeding on whatever dry vegetation stands in their path. They can move faster than a person can run, jump across roads and rivers, and generate their own weather systems in extreme cases. Wildfire has always been part of many ecosystems, and some plants actually require it to reproduce. The combination of prolonged droughts and rising temperatures has made wildfires larger and harder to control than in previous decades. Australia, California, and parts of southern Europe face them with increasing regularity. Blizzards. Snow on its own is manageable, but a blizzard combines heavy snowfall with powerful winds, sometimes exceeding 60 kilometers per hour, reducing visibility to almost nothing and creating dangerous wind chills that can freeze exposed skin within minutes. Roads become impassable, power lines collapse under ice weight, and entire regions can be shut down for days. The Great Blizzard of 1888 buried parts of the northeastern United States under more than a meter of snow, killing hundreds and stranding trains mid-journey across the region.